Dirty Scrap Podcast.
Hey, Jess, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing fine. And I have this little guy here because I think it's, appropriated because we will talk about your new book. Nice than the new book, but it's the Spanish version. And first of all, I want to say thank you for being here again with us on Dirty Scrap the Aluminum podcast. And for me, this episode is very excited. First of all, because I am having you for the second time, and all the let's say all this wave that you are moving out there for me is amazing. Second, because I have this little guy right now, right on my side, right? Say hi,
Yeah.
Maxi.
Hi, Max. So great to see you. Thank you for being here with us. This is going to be so fun.
Yes, totally. And the idea is to having Maxi here is because we want some feedback from the people that is, the main target of
Yes.
this book. And the third thing that I am very, very excited and happy is because my wife's name is right here.
Yeah, she's famous.
Exactly. She did she translates from English Spanish.
Yeah.
So it's just amazing. So again, thank you. Oh, be careful, Maxi. Thank you for all the effort that you are doing. And first thing that I want to ask is, Maxi is here.
You can see Max. He's in the book too.
Yeah, Maxi is right there, and Santiago is my
he's
other
famous.
son.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something, Jess.
Yes.
I think our first episode was like almost a year ago or even more. So
Okay,
a
yes.
year ago or even a little bit more, we had our first episode, and that I really appreciate it because that was one of the episodes that has a lot of people, interaction, engagement. So right now, what I want to understand or what I know a little bit more is how was this evolving trip since our last episode to today? Then I will go through the Spanish version and then we will have some feedback from Maxi. But right now I want to understand because I saw you post on LinkedIn like a few months ago saying that you already reached 1 million cans in one of your communities, right? So please enlighten us about how this trip went since our last episode.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, thank you both for having me on, and for all the listeners watching and listening. I can't even believe our amazing readers and recyclers have recycled over 1.3 million cans at 8 elementary schools across the country. We had an amazing company called Can Manufacturers Institute reach out, and they represent the largest aluminum companies.
What are you doing?
Oh, he's so cute. So it's our sponsors were like Novelis, Constellium, Trios, and Envases from Mexico, and Kaiser Aluminum, Stellium, and just amazing, huge aluminum companies. We teamed them all up with one school near their facility. So we had 8 schools across the country, and then I teamed up those schools with scrapyards. So we had SA Recycling, sod metal recycling. We had some different recyclers near each school, and so the scrapyards brought a roll-off bin or Gaylord boxes or a can trailer. Every school had something different. And it went from October through mid-May, and the kids would just bring empty aluminum cans to school, one day a week or every day, depending on whatever that worked for the school. Some of them wanted to crush the cans, some of them wanted them not crushed. Sometimes they would just bring them in garbage bags. Like the school in Texas, the kids were bringing bags of cans on the school bus. It was amazing.
Oh, really?
I didn't even know the school bus had a storage compartment, but the school bus would pull up every morning and drop off the kids, and the driver would come out and he'd open up the undercarriage. It was full of cans. And so my school in Waco, Texas actually had the most cans. They had almost 430,000 cans. It was amazing.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Because I want to understand how this is possible on school, right? And how long took to you guys to get into this, because at the end, okay, making a book sounds simple, but having this traction in the industry is not easy. So tell me more a little bit about how this evolved and how those little guys went from 0 to 400,000 cans.
It was just amazing. Those schools. The hardest part was me just cold calling schools. I was cold calling the schools across the country, and I'm like, "Hey, we're going to do this can recycling contest. It's a really fun way for your school to make some money, and the kids get free copies of my book." And they were just they didn't really know what the heck I was talking about. But I I found schools that said, yes, we want to do it. And at first I was like freaking out. I'm like, what are cans? Like I set all this up and we had all these sponsors and I was like having nightmares. But the very first month when they unloaded the cans, the scrapyard in Mississippi, my school in Mississippi, Pleasant Hill, they had 39,000 cans in their can trailer. I was freaking out. And that was the very first totals. And then the other schools also had like, they just kept having huge numbers come in. But I was just like, okay, it's working. So if you make it like a game and it's fun for the little kids, like they read this book and then they know, like, don't throw the can in the garbage. We can recycle these.
Right.
And if you make it easy for them, just bring it to school and then the school gets the money. And I just had a call from the school in Texas. They had a check from $7,000 from the scrapyard. And the secretary called me and she's like, do you want me to give you a percentage of this check? And I'm like, no, like, I don't want any of the money. That's for your school. They're a very low income school. All the kids are like on the school lunch fund. So like that $7,000 made a huge impact. Like just recycling cans helped feed all those kids. And it was just amazing. And then the aluminum company in Vossi's, they donated a huge amount of cans to help the school too. They had like everybody at their factory or facility saving cans from home and bringing it to work. And then they donated like all the cans to the scrapyard directly. So it was just a really cool way to get the whole community. And then like news stories, like they started making the evening news. And so like everybody in the community saw on the news, like adorable kids are bringing cans to school. And then like there was this grandpa who apparently had like over 1,000 cans in his basement that he's been saving for years. And so he like brought his whole can collection to school. And then like my school in Alabama, like they have like an old folks home down the street. And so they were having so much fun because they would bring the cans over to the school's bin and they would chat up the little kids. And so they asked to keep their bin all summer long, even after the contest was over. They're still recycling because now everybody knows where to bring the cans. So like my dream is that every single school in the country would have like a recycle bin and everybody's recycling cans to help the kids. Like I just think it's just an idea and it's like it's actually working. Like, and the kids love it because they get a book to take home to read with their friends and families, and like then they get to be a part of something so huge. So we have like a certificate on our website that the kids can print off that says I helped recycle 1 million cans, and they can write their name in. So in the future when they see it, they can see like their own handwriting when they were like 8 years old or whatever. It's like so cute. And the kids all took a pledge. We have like coloring sheets on our website. Mr. Ferris Maglio from the book or the Unicorn Gallium.
The little guy.
I pledged to never throw a can in the trash the rest of my life. And then they write down what their recycling goals are. And they do that at the very start of the contest. And then they go out and they just look for cans to recycle. And yeah, it's just amazing. So
it is amazing. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest impact that you are doing so far on the kids? Because at the end, one of the things that I love about the book is, and Maxi can give us a little bit of feedback, but for example, once we went through the book, Maxi was so excited about, so I can make money out of cans? Is that even possible? And I said, yes, you can do it. Because he's always talking about, I want to see your furnaces, Dad, or I want to go to the facility that you are building or whatever. But with the book, he was like mind-blowing about, I can make money out of cans that's supposed to go to the trash. So what is the biggest impact?
That's the goal in life. It's just a huge impact that little kids can help their families just by recycling cans. Like we did the math equation, 35 cans for £1. And then the scrappers were paying, like the prices fluctuate. So anywhere from 25 cents to 75 cents a pound. But I mean, it adds up over time. And my 8 schools made over $21,000 from all the cans they recycled. So, and then in our second book, they learned that they can recycle Christmas lights and wires. And so if you bring a box wires and Christmas lights and your can, you're going to make even more money. So my friend in Utah, I met her in elementary school actually when we were about Max's age, and I just got to see her last week at my niece's wedding, and she read the books to her kids, and she said her son has been looking for a way to make money. And instead of having like a lemonade stand, now he wants to go out and look for metal to recycle. She said he already went through the whole kitchen and the whole house to find anything that was metal that they don't need anymore. And so he's already planning at the scrapyard. And then we're going to try to get his school into our can contest. But yeah, it's just amazing because it's just a really fun, easy way for kids to help out and like just go to all your neighbors' house, always with your parents or whatever, adult supervision, but go say, hey, do you have anything in the garage you don't want anymore? And like, let's fill up the truck and like just have a pizza party or ice cream party or just save it in your piggy bank. So
you enjoy it.
yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
And
it's so fun. So I
one
just
of the
love hearing. I would love to hear from Max. I just love hearing the kids' perspective of it. So
Definitely.
yeah,
And I think it's a great, let's say, approach because at the end, you are not just giving the kids the opportunity to understand how easy and how important is recycling, but also that it's a
yeah,
business, it's a good business that you can get involved into since you are very young. As I
yes,
said, Maxi was crazy about recycling cans. He had a bad, let's say, or a sad experience because he were like collecting all these cans. And one day
yeah.
we just hire some cleaning company
Uh-huh.
and they took the can and they took the
No,
garbage. So Maxi was like, "Oh no, where are all my cans?" Right?
just
Do you
kidding.
remember that? So he was very sad because he wants to buy a pool for him. He wants to build a pool for himself. So he is really
Oh yeah,
into it. 1 million cans. So
that's so great.
Maxi, I want you to share with us your experience through the book. You have the English version and the Spanish version. And on the Spanish version, is very nice because you can see your name, your brother's name, and also some of your friends' name back from New York. That one. So I want you to give to Jess your your impression about your thought
And
about the
and
book.
can you say the name in Spanish? Because unfortunately, I don't speak any Spanish, so I don't want to say it. I would like to hear you pronounce it.
You want to say the name in Spanish? La niña que recibió 1 millón de latas? Say it.
In Spanish?
In Spanish, yeah. Say it just once for all the people that is seeing this video because your Spanish is very nice. So say, la niña que recicló 1 millón de latas.
Latas.
There you go.
Oh, congrats! Oh my gosh, he's so smart. That is amazing. It sounds fantastic.
So Maxi, what is your feeling about the book? What do you like about the book? What did you learn from the book? So tell Jess, remember that she is the creator of this book. So she made all this, she and some more friends, but she is doing something that is amazing, that is changing kids' mind about recycling. So what do you feel about the book? Or how do you feel about it?
I really like this book because I really want to recycle, get a lot of money because I really want to get a big house and make a pool.
A pool? I know. I want my own swimming pool too. That would be amazing.
If I get a really, really big house, I can make like a pool and a trampoline.
Oh, fun! Yes, that's a good goal. It's good
With a
to
slide.
good high goals. I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's awesome.
do you want to ask him any questions about the book?
Yeah. Have you read it with your friends yet? That your friends that are in their names are in here now. Have you guys talked about it yet, or
No,
is it a
because they are
surprise?
they are they are in New York right now.
Got it. Oh,
So we are here in
yeah.
Florida, but maybe because we are going to New York in December, so maybe we can bring the book with us and we can show them, right?
And I can talk to Santi.
And you can talk to Santi, yes.
That'd be so fun. Yeah. And do you like? Who's your favorite character? Do you like Mr. Maglio?
Which one is your favorite
Guy?
character?
I think the baby guy, the tiny guy.
Yeah, he's pretty cute, huh? Signore Ferris Maglio. I love it.
I even
Yeah.
like myself. I even like me.
Yeah, I know. It's so cool you're in the book
Oh
and you're
yeah, he's
actually
in
out
the
there
book.
recycling. That makes me so happy. Yeah, when I found out that the USA only recycles 45%, I was like, that is
soy yo. Que ese soy yo.
Okay, just wait a second. That he's saying that he is this one.
is that you? Oh, that's you.
With the green shirt.
With a green shirt,
The green
yes.
shirt. That one's you, right?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Do you have any green shirts? You should take a picture holding up the book with your picture in the book. I like that.
A green
That'd be
shirt.
super.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes,
yeah.
I remember
And-
that the goal, the final goal is like in 30 years, you will have no one throwing the cans into the trash, right?
Yeah, 30-year goal. We just set a crazy 30-year goal. I'm like, how old am I going to be in 30 years? I'll be in my 70s, but if we could do it before then, I don't know. I think it's going to take some time, but I mean, it really shouldn't be that hard. Like if we can get scrapyards and schools connected and the schools realize that they make money from the cans, the community realizes that they're helping not only the planet by recycling cans, because it's 95% less energy to make a can out of aluminum, but it's helping feed hungry young kids or getting them new band uniforms or new school playground. Like I just always tell the schools, like, hey, tell us what you're going to do with the money from the cans, and then the community knows that like this isn't a scam or anything. Like you're helping these little kids
Right.
do something really cool, and then the kids can decorate posters and hang it all around the town saying, if you have cans, save your cans for our school. Like, here's the address. And we just want to make it super easy for everyone. And so,
Right.
yeah, dream every single state, every single school with recycling cans.
No.
Okay.
Right. So, Maxi, can you pay attention what Jess is saying, because she's saying that on the schools that she is working with the books and the kids are doing a lot of recycling. They are doing great things like new playgrounds for the school.
Yeah.
So you can bring those ideas to your school and start making some, different approaches. So you can change your entire environment. If you first of all, you will change the environment because you will help the planet, right? Recycling is something
Yeah.
that is healthy for the planet, but also look what she's saying. She's saying that all the kids that been doing this for I don't know, few months, they collect a lot of cans, they make a new playground or different stuff on the school. So I think this can be a good project that you can commit with Jess to do something in your school. What do you think about it? Is it something that you want to do? Something like a
Yeah.
new
Something
playground?
that you want to
I
you can think about it for a while. And I'm trying to get a couple schools in Florida into my contest. We're going to start back up again in October.
Okay.
And try to get 16 schools and go for 2 million cans. We want to double it. And so, have you heard of a really cool company called Canovation? They make lids. They make really cool technology to make lids that go on your can like this, so you can screw it closed after and
Right.
save. You only drink half. You
What is
don't
the
have
name
to
of the
drink.
company again?
It's called Canovation, and I think they're in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
I just had a call with them. They're amazing. I'll have to introduce you guys. But yeah, they want to. The guy from that company, his wife is a teacher at a school nearby. So I'm trying to get a couple schools in Florida. I want to try to get one in Tampa, one near Miami, and Fort Lauderdale or something. So maybe we can get Max's school in the contest saving
Sure,
cans. That'd be
definitely. They
yeah,
they they will be more than happy, I think, and we can use Maxi as like the face of
yeah,
the scrap
yeah. He's
recycling
a
hands
celebrity
here in
now.
Tampa. Why
Yeah,
not?
I know. Why not? I think it's and we could definitely find some scrapyards to help out and bring the bins and it's
Actually,
really great for the scrapyards too.
right.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I have a scrap yard like 5 minutes away from here, and we
Oh,
can talk to
perfect.
them and
Yeah.
we can see what we can do. Definitely. So, Jess, what
Yeah.
what what is the next goal? What is the next step on this front? Because I know
So
you are involved with the Scrap University as well, right? So, what is
yeah,
the
Scrap
next step?
University. Well, we're working on book 3 right now to do the melting process. So the metal melting. So I just got to take a tour of Nucor Steel in Seattle. I've driven past hundreds of times on my way diving, and I always see the steam coming out. It's really amazing because they don't have pollution coming out of there; it's just steam.
Okay.
And an electric arc furnace. So to see and pick it's all ferrous. There's steel, so iron. But they had the magnets and the metal, and they put it in this really cool cup thing. And I learned that they put like some limestone in there so that the metal of when it melts, and it goes in. And then they actually use Resinic, which is one of my the dads from in South Carolina that helped with my can contest. He works for Resinic, but they use the graphite, and they basically like electrocuted the metal, and
Right.
it melted at like 3,109 degrees there, and it got liquefied molten metal. And then it was just so amazing to see the process. It was like the 4th of July on steroids. And so we want to just show how cool the metal process is in the 3rd book, and then the 4th book with manufacturing, so that these kids are learning like this can be, well, obviously different alloys, but it can be an airplane one day, it could be a NASCAR, it could be a new can. Your Christmas lights have copper in it, they can melt that down, and so many different possibilities of Daddy's old truck that got shredded in book 2 is
Right.
now a new truck. Or like just show kids like metal is magical, it's like magic. So we just into our
Oh,
company,
nice.
recycling is like magic. I think it's just a little bit more fun and memorable. So when I call schools before I call schools, I say Scrap University Kids, which is cool too, but a lot of people don't really know what scrap is if they're not in the metal
Right.
recycling. Recycling is like magic. It's just kind of fun. And I actually got to just go to a magic show with a magician at the library a couple days ago. And I'm going to try to get a school here in Washington State near me to be in the can contest. So he said that he could do a magic show as like a kickoff event to the contest. So yeah, we're going to work on those 4 books to show the complete circle of metal recycling. And then I'm also going to be working on a Scuba Jess like ocean cleanup book because I
Nice.
love diving. I'm so passionate about the sea creatures here,
Right.
especially in the Pacific Northwest. So I want to sure like the Pacific spiny lumpsucker and the giant Pacific octopus, 6-scale sharks, like all of our local sea creatures in cold water that a lot of people don't even realize that we have. And then also just show like the garbage that's down there and how people can help our oceans just by
Right.
cleaning up. Like I go on a walk every day and I take a gloves and a bag every morning. I go for a walk and I pick up cigarettes and any trash I find. I usually find cans and I
Really?
recycle cans. Like everybody can help, even if you're not near the ocean, like even if you're in the middle of the country, because all of that, like especially cigarettes, are so lightweight that if it rains, it goes right into the storm drain, which goes into rivers and lakes
Right.
and into the ocean. And so, yeah, everybody can help. And I always like to say, like, if you recycle a can, an octopus smiles or a unicorn smiles, depending on who you're talking to. And just, yeah.
Definitely.
If you cut our greenhouse emissions, like that helps our oceans a lot. So, and our oceans really need the help.
Right. So
Yeah.
The next step is like go in the direction to close the full recycling cycle,
Hmm.
not just from the
Yeah.
recycling point of view, but also from the transformation point of view, and how these cans or any other kind of metal scrap can
Uh-huh.
transform into our useful new products, right? Now,
Yes. Yes.
saying that, are you seeing too much like metal or garbage in the oceans?
Oh yeah. There's so
Oh,
much down
really?
there.
Still now in
Oh, there's so much
2024?
down there. There's also a lot of metal because like crab pots, fishing hooks, chain, a lot of boat parts and stuff that are like
Right.
boats that sink and they just
Huh?
stay down there. There's actually a lot of metal down there, but there's so much plastic too. And tires, there's like 800,000 tires here in Puget Sound, which are terrible because they're
What?
leaching chemicals. So the government sunk these tires in the 1970s to make artificial fishing reefs. They thought the fish would like some sort of structure, so they dropped
Right.
like a cluster of 1,000 tires all over off boats, and they didn't mark it on a map or anything. So every dive site I go to has tires. So I'm part of the Washington School Alliance. We're trying to get the tires out of the ocean, and then I would love to get those tires recycled if possible instead of
How
just
easy
dumping them
is
in a
to
landfill.
do that? How easy is to take those tires out of the ocean? I mean, it's a
I
big
got one
task.
out myself, but it's pretty hard. You
No,
need to get
I
like a
know.
barge.
Right.
But the actual hard part is that you have to get permits from everyone. Like you need to get a permit from the state Department of Fish and Wildlife, Department of Ecology, the Indian tribes. There's so much red tape just to get out of the ocean, which is crazy because I don't know if they needed a permit to put them in the first place. But I roll. So I mean, random divers will get onesie twosies out and stuff, but if for like large quantities, we merge with the crane to lift them up because they're heavy. And
Right.
then we want to dive down there when it's shallow and like when they're shallower up. And then if there's any kind of sea creature on there, like scrape it off and save it and move it to a rock reef so that like an emitter star on there, we'll take it off and so we don't kill any sea creatures. But not too much life lives on the tires. It's mostly barnacles. So, but yeah, we just want to make sure we're not hurting anything by taking them out.
Right.
And we would love to replace the actual like rock reef, like a natural structure, so that the crabs and octopus have a place to hide. They really
Right.
like rock reefs way better than the tires. So yeah, that's another huge thing I'm working on, is trying to get the tires out. And then, but just so much like straws, 4x5, like on the beach, in it or just in the parking lot, like along the beach, like anywhere you walk, like on the sidewalk, if you're near water and you look down and you see garbage, just get up because if any wind comes, it'll just blow it in. So, yeah, there's a lot of work to be done. I think just a lot of people are like, well, that's not my garbage. I don't want to get my hands gross. I'm not going to pick it
Right.
up. I mean, obviously, don't pick up needles or sharp, scary things, but like it's not that put it in a garbage can and wash your hands, like it's gonna be. So yeah,
Nice.
just trying to teach everybody easy things to do.
Right. And it's not easy what you are trying to do. I mean, it's clean the planet, not just
Yeah,
from the point of view of the book and making the job with the kids, but also you are involving yourself to lead
yeah.
by example, right?
Yes, lead. I go for 3 point cigarettes just on block around my neighborhood. And I would love it if every day would take pictures of like the garbage they picked up or how many cans they recycle movement and just try to one up each other. If every single person went out there and picked up a bag of garbage like, per day, it's like such a huge impact. And then obviously we have to teach people to stop littering in the first place, but we need to attack it from both sides. And
Right.
it's so much easier to clean up on land than it is on water. On water, you have like 8 pounds of dye. You're underwater weightless. I have a limited time with how much air I have, so I'm like on there trying to get on water, but plenty of air. And so everybody should just, I mean, this is our only planet. We only have the one. We need to take care of it. So, and that's why I want to teach the little kids so that they grow up and they remember, like, if you learn things from a young age, you usually grow up remembering that. And if they see their parents or their grandparents not recycling cans or throwing a cigarette on the ground, like, stop, smoke your breath if you really want to, but just don't throw it on the ground. Like, put it in a jar, put it in a cup, something.
Right.
The thing is so dry right now. I mean, forest fire. I always think of Smokey the Bear still, which I learned about when I was young. Like, don't start a forest fire. So I don't know. I think Smokey the Bear needs to come back. I think Keep America Beautiful needs to have a new campaign. Like, I remember when I was little, everybody just said, "Don't be a litter bug." But I just feel like how that message lost. And then about never throwing cans. I never even learned that as a kid. So that's like my main message.
Right. And what is the input that you are having from the kids that are, getting into the recycling industry because they are getting into the recycling industry?
Yes, I'm trying to teach them about jobs in the recycling industry. Like, you guys want to help make a difference, help the planet. Like, there's all like this scrapyard, you wear an aluminum can can sheets, like you could drive in a book and possibilities, and a lot of kids would never even think about any of these things, like doctor, lawyer, policeman, fireman, or something. Like they don't really think about all of these other options, and like those are in like industries where you're actually really making an impact on the planet. Like metal recycling is such an amazing way to help our planet, and so
Right.
more metal week called this Aztec mine out again. And I grew up in Utah near a huge copper mine, and like you could see it terrible. And so people just throw their headphones in the garbage or their Christmas lights, and I'm like, no, there's wire, like there's copper in there. Don't throw it away. So yeah, I think to hear from more kids though that have read books and see what they all learn. But I love to hear their perspective, and if we forgot something or missed anything more. We also have a book that came out from Ellie. So Ellie's our main Brad's daughter. She's 8 now. When I first started, she was 6. She'd be more like unicorns, and the whole book is all unicorns, because in our books, like, there's not really too many unicorns yet. But it's really cute, and it just came out for sale on Book Baby. And so she wrote a book for school, and then Brett had it turned into a real book with our amazing artist Adam illustrated it. I copied these in the mail. It's coming. He's discussed. And then we're also working on a cartoon for kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, called Heavy Metal Superheroes. So I would love to send them. But once it's live, we're on our website and on YouTube, and our little superheroes are the characters from our books, and they go around to different schools from about recycling different metal items and the whole process, and so it's really cute. They have magical superpowers based on their fatal and copper, and it's just really cute. Kind of kids like scraps and teach them about the periodic table and teach them about different things that because you just think of just telling them like amazing recycling facts or metal info, and they're like, where did you learn this from? So we just want them, because they're watching like something right now, but they're not really like a lot of the cartoons are kind of like just a waste of time. So we want to like have fun watching it but still learn something.
Right. So yeah, let me ask you something, because I can see that you are trying to cover so many different ways to approach to the kids, that I think is amazing, because at the end, as you can see, having a kid, attention is not easy, and they want to,
it's not
we just saw Maxi. He was very excited about, I want to be in the episode, Daddy, and we will talk about the book, and I will say this and that, but then when they are in the real life, it's not easy. And I think all these approaches that you guys are making is going to be real, because they will find, or you're finding the way to keep kids' attention very focused on recycling. Now, with the Spanish version, are you seeing, I think your goal is to impact the Latin American people that is here in the US, right? And I think we will have a huge community on the industry that is, because I think most of the labor we have is Latin American guys, right? With families.
Yeah, they do such hard work. They work so hard, and I'm so proud of them, and I wish I could speak more Spanish, and I would love to hear their feedback, or I just don't really have like the connections of getting this word out that we have this Spanish book now, and like try to get it out into the community so that they can take it home and show their kids like, this is what I do at work, or this is like how it's connected and stuff, and as a way to try to explain it to them and show it, because little kids like don't really understand like what a scrapyard is, or where does the can go after it goes in a recycle bin, and so we just want to teach them a really fun way. And I love hearing their feedback. Like whenever I read to them, they're always like staring at Mr. Maglio or the unicorn, and then I love to after every single page I ask questions about like what was on that page, and they just have the best questions. They're so cute, and they really want to learn, and so it's just so much fun.
Right.
And I would like anybody that has the Spanish edition, if they could send me quotes or feedback, like I would love to hear how it's making an impact, or if they like it, or anything.
How can we help? Because all the people that I am talking to they speak in English, but we have, at least on my social media, I have a lot of Spanish community that maybe we can help you guys to get into those people. Latin America is not going to be an easy market. It's a complicated market. But definitely, we have a huge Latin American community here, and mostly on the aluminum recycling industry. How we, as a platform of the people that is out there, can help you guys to get into those people that wants to learn, because at the end, Latin American kids can understand this and start making money on their own. And it's a reality. It's something that you really can do. So how can you help?
The book is $10. Yeah, the book's $10, or there's a discount code right now. If you use SciApps 200, you get 10% off. So they're $9. So I mean, anybody can buy the book in Spanish and just donate it to any kids in the community that speak Spanish, or go read to them, like set up story time in the neighborhood and have all the kids come over and you can read the book to the neighborhood kids that speak Spanish, or just at the scrapyard, if you have Spanish employees, buy them copies and they could take it home and read with the kids. There's a link for buy the book on our website, or you could buy it directly from Book Baby, our printer in New Jersey.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the best way is just, I mean, order 25 copies and give them to the first 25 kids you see, or donate it to a Spanish speaking school in your community. We're just trying to get the word out because we're self-published and everything. But I just think that the recycling has such a huge network, and a lot of people don't even realize that they're just down the street from like a school or from wherever. Like a lot of people in the community don't even know about them. So it's such a good way for them to get word out about what they actually do in the community. And also it looks really good because you're donating books to kids, and who doesn't love that? And then like just set up a little bin or a garbage bag, or give them some bags and be like, I'll come back next week and collect your cans, and give them $10 or whatever. Little kids would be so happy. I mean, you don't have to pay them market value. You can pay them a little extra if you have it or whatever. But
Right.
I mean, I just think that little kids, if they learn like this can is worth money, they're not going to throw it in the garbage. They'll save it, but they're going to need their parents to actually get to a scrap yard, or just be a good human and put it in a recycle bin. So yeah. But anybody that wants to like share a link to our website or just tell all their friends about it, I made a whole Spanish page too on our website. So I have the can recycling pledge in Spanish. We have a metal recycling class for kids. It's like a 17-page like little slideshow. I use Google Translate, so I'm going to need you to maybe spell check it for me, make sure it, like everything translated properly. But
Send it to me.
yeah, also like and if anything that you think I missed, or I can always add new things. But yeah, I need to figure out like how to market this book. Like I don't know where to put ads or like what to do, but
Right.
just trying to get the word out. So yeah, I really
Right.
appreciate you guys and your wife for doing all that hard work helping me translate it. She was so amazing.
She's
So
more
much
than
fun
happy,
working
and
with her.
actually she's using the English version because I don't know if you know, but my wife, she's a speech therapist, right? And
That's so yeah.
she's using the book, the English version on her job, to
Yeah.
teach the kids. And I mean, it's not easy because those kids has a lot of development complications, but
Oh yeah.
even though I think we don't need to just say, "Oh, they are not able to learn." They are. And my wife is
Yeah.
using this book in order to teach them, "Hey, you have an opportunity to make something in your life, and we can
Yeah.
teach you how to do it." So she is using the book. I will
Yeah.
talk to her because she has a really nice community of these therapists that they're using different type of approaches to those kids. Because at
Oh
the end,
fun.
it's a community. Those kids are a community that more or less we just put on aside, and we say, "Oh, they
Yeah.
have." Development problems, so they cannot go and do something like normal in their life, and
Yeah.
it's not true. So
No, they can. Yeah.
yeah,
I
they
like
can.
also have her I whenever I read to kids, I usually bring them like a bag of, or a box of like bubbly water or canned water so the kids can drink it while I'm reading. And then at the end I have a little just a little garbage can recycle bin, and I have all the kids like stand in line and throw their cans into the recycle bin, and they can try as many times till they get it in, and then I give them a sticker or a magnet. So that's just a
Right.
fun thing because then they are actually like doing an activity also, and it's not very expensive. Have them bring a can from home or give them a can to drink of water.
Right.
Whatever. So yeah, even those kids with developmental issues, they can help out too, and then they feel
Definitely.
important, like they're actually helping make a difference, and it just makes you feel
Exactly.
so good. Like do anything, like you just go for a walk and you found 3 cans in the bushes to recycle, like you feel so good after. So
Yeah, actually, Maxi is like that. I mean, he's driving me crazy. I love recycling, but he's another level. He wants to take
yeah,
every can that he can see on the street. Maybe
yes.
I'm driving and he's, "Daddy, stop! I need to collect that can." And no, I'm sorry. This is a highway. No way.
It's so cute. It makes me so happy. He's probably driving you
He
crazy.
loved the book,
So
and I
good.
think you guys are doing an amazing job. Definitely, sustainability is here to stay. United
Yes.
States is going in a direction that I really, really think we will see less flexibility on the recycling side. Talking about
Okay.
landfills and all these approaches that the European market already went through it, and
Okay.
I think this approach is something that we really want to take in account. I want to invite all the guys, all the CEOs, president of all those companies that are seeing this episode to buy the book, Spanish version or English version, put it on
English,
your
Spanish.
facility. Give it to
Yeah.
all your labor workers and allow them to understand that the kids can be part of this revolution on the recycling industry that we are doing here in the US.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you so much.
I really appreciate your time. And before we wrap up this episode, I love it. And unfortunately, Maxi was like a little bit,
Oh,
shy
he's
and that.
5. He
Yeah,
did such a good
he's
job.
fine.
He was
Yeah,
adorable. Yeah.
definitely. So I really want you to let the people know where they can find you guys, how they can support and your initiative and everything. So go ahead.
Okay.
Let us
Oh my
know
God.
where we can find you guys.
Oh, well, thank you for listening. And so you can at recyclingislikemagic.com. So recyclingislikemagic.com company, and that's links to buy the books. And then if you want to try Scrap University, which comes in English and Spanish, that's at scrapuniversity.com. And if you also want to go just directly to our printer at the Book Baby Bookshop, it's like they work with independent authors, which is amazing. So anybody can publish their own book on Book Baby. It's really cool, and they print on demand in the U.S. So, but yeah, go to Book Baby or go to Book Baby or go to our website recyclingislikemagic.com because we have all sorts of fun worksheets on there, coloring pages. We have a NASCAR SciAps coloring page. We have our metal recycling class for kids, and then you can follow us on LinkedIn at Recycling is Like Magic or Facebook or Instagram. And then my personal one is Scuba Jess on Facebook if you want to see my scuba pictures. Ocean cleanup guys and all those pictures. So
Really cool.
yeah, really appreciate you all. And then Brad ships full loads of containers. So if you have any metal you want to get shipped, check out Detroit Scrap Ball since I'm advertising.
That's fine. That's
Yeah, I
fine.
really appreciate you all. Thank you so much, Leo. You were so fantastic. Your family is so adorable. I just love them and really
Oh,
hope we
thank
get
you.
some schools in Florida recycling.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time. And it's always amazing to have you. And hopefully we can have Brad next time on Dirty Scrap.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
idea of this
for
podcast
sure.
is, to give to the people some knowledge about the industry and what the industry is thinking about, how the industry is evolving and moving forward. And I really think that this approach is what we need because we have a lot of dinosaur guys that they have a really amazing knowledge out there, but this knowledge is not
Yeah,
getting into the next generation
ex-
as fast and as good as we want. And I think this
yeah.
approach is something that we really, really will help to change the recycling industry as we know it right now. So Jess, thank you so much for being here with us. I love to be with you anytime. And hopefully I will see you in the next aluminum trade shows. We can have a coffee or a beer and let's talk about how we can help and how we can work each other, to put this in every school
Yeah,
in the United States.
that's so cool. I love it. And yeah, but here in Seattle, let me know. I love to show you around and buy you beer, coffee too. So yeah, please keep in touch.
We will. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.
Dirty Scrap Podcast.